All right, you guys, it's Thursday. You know what that means. We have a Ring of Honor. Now, we start off with our general manager, Sotley Hathaway, who has a message for our Ring of Honor world champion, Eddie Kingston. He says, Eddie, since you put your crusty fingers on me the other day, you're suspended. And lately you've been out of line. And if you get out of line one more time, the next line you're going to be in is the unemployment line. I think he gets you, Stokely. Now look, I am not really liking Eddie Kingston not really being on Ring of Honor. It just seems like he's too busy to actually be on the show. And it seems like that's what they did with Claudio, but Claudio was there pretty consistently until about the time that BCC was feuding with the Elite, so he wasn't there as often, and then he got back on track, and then they started doing that shit again before he lost the title to Eddie, and now they're doing the same thing with him. So honestly, I don't know what's going on, but I really wish Eddie was involved because he's super entertaining, and I think he would really have brought something to Ring of Honor if he was actually on the show having a storyline with someone, and this is definitely a missed opportunity. But either way, Sotley Hathaway is entertaining. Now we have our first match, The Righteous versus Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels. I'm going to be real. This match was good. I really did enjoy it. But The Righteous lost a lot of momentum. The crowd, they're snapping their fingers and they're going along with their theme music. And they seem to have got a little bit of an introduction with The Righteous when they had their match with MJF at Wrestle Dream or whatever. But it's still not enough. They could have been consistent with The Righteous and they would have been a much bigger team at this point. And since they kind of like fell off the face of the earth right after that match, it doesn't really look too good for them in terms of them being built up as a really big tag team. So it kind of felt like they were kind of back to the drawing board with them, but they still had a really great match against Matt and Christopher. They're always putting people over. So every time I see them in the ring, I'm just like, all right, y'all losing, right? A great choice in terms of helping The Righteous look good. They're off on a good start, but if Ring of Honor don't push them and stay consistent with it, it's just going to seem like they're on high one day and then low the other. And really, we want consistent booking here. And that's been an issue with Tony Khan, period. So now we have a promo from Ethan Page. This is like a weekly thing, and it's kind of annoying, but actually this week he was pretty good. Now he's really upset because he had a streak going on prior to his match with Tony Nese, so now he no longer has a streak. And he feels that if he had continued to have his streak, he would have gotten the opportunity to go against Samoa Joe for the TV title instead of going to have to wrestle Josh Woods because he is a nobody, right? So he came off really strong here, slightly aggressive, and I like that because I want to see a little bit of a different personality with him. I know he has like a charismatic personality. I don't know if you guys watch his toy videos and stuff like that when he goes do those toy hunts or whatever. He's pretty entertaining, but with wrestling, you gotta do something different to stand out from other people. And I really felt like tonight, before I get into that match, he really did stand out for all the right reasons. So we'll get into the details of that match in a little bit. Up next, we had Robin Renegade versus Layla Hirsch. Now, this match was too short for my liking. Layla is part of a storyline with Maria where she's looking for some guidance so she could have a better career. And after that A++ match that she had with Athena a few weeks back, it just seems like putting her in a match that's pretty much a squash does not do her any favor. So I didn't like this at all. She looks great in the ring, but it's just not enough time with her in the ring to really show how great she actually truly is. Now, after she takes the win here, Robin and Charlotte both start attacking her in the ring. And surprise, surprise, Rachel Ellering of all people come out and save Layla from that beatdown. Now, later on, during an interview, Rachel and Layla, they're talking, and Layla's really upset that Rachel came and helped her. She's like, I don't need no help. I can, help myself, which obviously you couldn't. So Rachel's like, look, I did the right thing. The right thing was for me to come out there and help you out. And I did. And here is Layla letting her know that that was the wrong thing for her to do. And it seems like, are you going to fight her because she helped you when you really needed help? Or is just her ego in the way because now it makes her look like, she needs help from other people when really she's a badass? I don't know. But Layla, you should be grateful. So, one of my favorite matches of the night, surprise, surprise, Darius Martin versus Lee Moriarty. Yes, Darius Martin, of all people. I always say how he needs a lot of work when it comes to singles competition, and tonight he really impressed me. Now, yes, these two did have a match last week, so this is a rematch. Was it last week or the week before? Whichever one it was. This is a rematch. And the thing is that during their match, Shane Taylor got involved and knocked Darius out. Darius was in heavy for a few minutes, so he really could not do anything at that point. Now, this time, Shane Taylor is banned from ringside, so this is going to be a one-on-one match with no one getting involved, which is fair. Now, I was pleasantly surprised to see how Darius was so focused here, and he's really trying to, show himself as a singles competitor, and I really, really enjoyed the effort tonight, and honestly, I was really impressed. Now, I love Lee Moriarty. He's one of my fellow straight edge people. But he's also a technical beast in the ring, which I absolutely love. And he helped Darius look great in this match too. And that's what pro wrestling's all about. When you're in the ring with someone, you have to help make everyone look good in the ring, and that's what we got tonight. And I was really surprised at how well Darius did here. Now, he did take the win for this match, which also surprised me as well. So we got Darius with one win, and we also have Lee Moriarty with another. And this story is still continuing with these guys. Now, Shane Taylor and Action Andretti also are in this storyline as well. So it looks like they're gearing towards something with them for the Final Battle pay-per-view. And I like that this episode kind of felt like we're starting the road to the Final Battle pay-per-view. So there's something a little bit different in terms of quality of matches and them trying to push some of these stories out there so people can be invested. And overall, this was a really great episode, and I like that it's starting to feel like there's a pay-per-view in the horizon. So if you missed this, you might want to check this out because it does start laying things out for the road to the pay-per-view. So now we have another really good match. We had Josh Woods versus Ethan Page. Ethan Page is more aggressive. He is way more focused, just like how Darius was in his match. He knows that he's already lost one match so far in Ring of Honor. And even though his streak is broken, he still want to keep going with these wins. And especially since he has something to prove when it comes to getting in a ring with Josh Woods. He doesn't like anybody from the Premier Athletes, so he wants to make sure he takes this win, especially after all that shit he's been talking. Now, he looks really good here. Probably the best match that he's had in Ring of Honor so far. And Josh Woods is also another technical beast. So every time he gets in a ring with someone and it's not a squash match, he helps everybody looks good. So that I really appreciate. And to be honest, do I care so much about the story? Not really. But we got two really great matches from one from Tony and one from Josh Woods. So Ethan Page is starting to look much better here in Ring of Honor. We do have Mark Sterling, who is ringside, and this bitch is distracting the hell out of Ethan and the referee. And, no surprise, that's what they do. But I was a little bit surprised to see Tony Nese come out in the middle of this match. He obviously feels something a little personal since Ethan had called him out during that promo about how he would have had opportunities to be possibly holding the TV title had it not been for his streak being broken by Samoa Joe. But moving forward here, we do have a really great match between these two guys. However, with all the cheating and distractions going on, Josh Woods takes the win. Up next, we have Slim J versus Gringo Loco versus Metalik versus Angelico in a really fun, high-flying match. Now, last week you got a really fun high flying match at 4-way. This time we're getting another one. But they put Angelico in this, and I was like, oh my god, he's going to win. He's been on a roll lately. He has his eyes set on the Ring of Honor World title. He will be having a match with Eddie Kingston. Whenever Eddie pencil it in his little calendar, he'll be back and be able to face Angelico whenever that happens. Now, this match was super, super fun. Everybody is on point with the energy, and I really felt like everyone had great chemistry here. And that's what I like to see when we have those high-flying luchador type of matches. The chemistry has to be on point. I don't like that hesitating shit. I don't like when it just seems like everyone is just waiting on someone else so that they can do whatever they have to do. It just sucks the fun out of it or whatever. But tonight, they really knocked it out of the park. Oh my god, I want to see Slim J so much more. I hope we got a chance to see him. He is really, really, really great in the ring. It's just that we haven't seen him too much this year. So hopefully that changes, because I've been really enjoying him the past few weeks. Now, does it surprise you that Angelico takes the win? No, it shouldn't. He's actually really great here too, and impressive. And I'm just like, damn, where has this Angelico been this entire time? To be honest, I'm not sure who I wanted to win. I didn't really care. I just knew I was going to get a great match out of these guys. But it makes sense for Angelico to win. He's looking to get the biggest prize in a Ring of Honor. So why not take a lot of W's before you take that big-ass L from Eddie Kingston? So great match from all these guys. Another one of my favorite matches of the night. This was a really good night from Ring of Honor. Now we have a promo from Sanjay Dutt. He is comparing Jay Lethal to Eddie Kingston, and Eddie Kingston sounds like trash compared to Jay Lethal, the way Sanjay is putting it. Now, here comes Stokely Hathaway interrupting that promo, and he's like, you know what? I really enjoyed that Memphis Street fight. Y'all really gave it to Eddie Kingston, but I was busy at the club, so I could not be there in person to witness it, but y'all did a really great job. Now, Sanjay, he's like, you know what? If we did so much of a good job, why don't you give Jay an opportunity to face Eddie Kingston for the Ring of Honor World title? And then here's Stokely. He's like, you mean Jamal? And Sanjay looks like his face is red. And he's like, I know you're not calling Jay by his government name. We don't do that up in here. And I'm just like, what? Like, what's the big deal? Anyway, he wants his best friend, Jay Lethal, to get a title shot, and he wants Stokely to conjure up a contract so we can get that done. But it doesn't seem like Stokely wants to do that. Stokely let him know that he just hired some chick from Indeed to conjure up some emails, so when she learns how to do emails, you'll get an email about the contract. And he ends up walking away, and Sanjay's like, bitch, he don't even have my email address. These guys are absolutely hilarious. I can't wait to see this storyline with Jay Lethal and Eddie Kingston. It's going to be so good. And honestly, I hope Jay wins the title. He's exactly what Ring of Honor needs right now. Up next, we had the Wingmen versus Iron Savages versus the Infantry versus Gates of Agony. Now, I was a little nervous about this at first. I was like, oh, this is probably going to be a squash. And it actually wasn't. And it turned out to be a really fun tag team match here. So we had 4 sets of teams, and everyone got a chance to shine here. And it was also fun as well with the Wingmen, obviously there for comedic purposes, I guess. So I did really enjoy this. Now, honestly, I feel like when it comes to these teams here, I do really love the Gates of Agony. I love what they do as a tag team. I love what they do as a faction with the Mogul Embassy. It looks like they're really trying to put them on top. They just won the 6-man tag titles back last night on Dynamite. But they've been building them up to be an even stronger tag team. I think they're going to pull them away from being a tag team and just focus on them being a trio, since it seems like they're having a lot more tag teams lately in Ring of Honor. So we'll have the 6-man tag thing going on or whatever, while we have the tag division on its own. But Gates of Agony takes this win, which I'm not surprised about. But everyone looks great here. I really love the improvement with the Iron Savages, and the infantry we should also be seeing them like on Collision once in a while. These guys are so charismatic. They're really, really great in the ring, and the chemistry is on point with them. So I would love to see them get a few moments of shine on Collision too, like how we've seen with Gates of Agony and the Iron Savages. The Wingmen, well, they are. So you guys remember the other night on Rampage, Mark Briscoe made his return. So they showed a clip about that and how they're excited to have Mark Briscoe back. And we want to see him in Ring of Honor. That's exactly who we need in Ring of Honor right now. Now, up next, we do have another match. We have Nick Comoroto versus Action Andretti versus Lee Johnson. And I'll be honest, I was really nervous because I was like, man, Nick is really different from the other two guys. The chemistry has to be really, really good for this to work out. And to be honest, Nick's style, being a strong, big man in this match, really balanced things out. And I was thoroughly surprised to see how great everyone worked well together in this match. And it was really fun, and I enjoyed that. Once again, Lee Johnson needs to have a little bit more personality. He's just a little two-dimensional for me, but I do see the efforts in the ring. He's great. I do enjoy him, but we need more from him so he can really stand out on this roster. Action Andretti, for storyline purposes, obviously needs to take the win. He's been injured since that brutal attack from Miro. And he's come back and he has something to prove, especially against Shane Taylor Productions. So when he takes that win, we got a shot of Shane Taylor watching the match, and he is pissed the fuck off. He does not want Action Andretti to win. He wants him to be a sure loser. So I do believe that we're going to get a tag team match with Shane Taylor Productions versus Action Andretti and Darius, which is logical. But I do believe it's possible that we will see Shane Taylor in the ring with Action Andretti. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. Up next, we had ladies in action again. Kiera Hogan versus Charlotte Renegade. Decent match, but the energy for me was really off. I did not like the energy. I don't know what it was. I really don't know. One thing that could have been a possibility is by this time on the show, we're back to having like 3 fucking rows filled of people and everybody in the damn arena left. That could be something too. Maybe you're feeling thrown off by being in a really nice size arena and pretty much everybody and their mama and their children are gone and there's just like a couple of people left, which I cannot, for the life of me, understand. Why would people leave? Like, if I paid for something, I am going to be there from way before the bell rings. If there's dark matches, I'll be there. I will watch y'all put the damn ring back in the damn truck so I can get my money's worth. I just don't understand why people leave. But anyway, I can understand if something like that would have thrown them off. But at the end of the day, you got to be professional and work through whatever the conditions are regardless. So for me, I just felt like while these two girls are really great in the ring, the energy was lacking and I just did not like that. Now, we do have another match here. We do have Dalton Castle and Gravity with the boys, and Gravity is wearing a boy's mask on top of his mask, so that was really interesting to see. They went against the Workhorsemen and Griff Garrison and Cole Carter. This was a fun match. Whenever Dalton Castle's in it, you know you're going to have a good time. Just something about him and his energy, and he just really, really resonates with the crowd. They absolutely love him. Now, even Gravity, who I'm not really sold on at this point, he's talented, but the whole gimmick thing is a little strange to me. Even him, he's having fun with the boys and stuff. Like, there was one part of the match that was really, really cute where Dalton Castle is throwing the boys at other guys, the opponents outside of the ring. And even Gravity wants to be thrown too. And it was just cute. Like, I know it probably doesn't sound cute with me talking about it, but it just made everything fun. And the crowd is really, really engaged. This is why I always say, like, Dalton and the boys, they should be on AEW more often. There's something about them that makes people really, really engage when they are in the ring. And we don't get that with a lot of wrestlers sometimes. People just know that there are some people who have those really, really great vibes. And Dalton Castle and the boys have that great vibe that people love. And their team ends up taking the win. Another really, really great match to take note of. And as far as Cole Carter and Gift Garrison, I'm not sold on you as a tag team. Definitely not right now. All right, you guys. Main event time. We had the Ring of Honor women's title on the line. Athena versus Mercedes. And I'm not going to lie. I was feeling a little disappointed that we were getting this on a regular episode rather than at the pay-per-view. I thought that this would be really, really cool to, have that rematch exactly a year later, but I guess they have other plans and it better be good. Now, this match right here was absolutely impressive. These girls right here, when I say energy, the type of energy that was lacking with some of the other girls earlier, this is what I'm talking about. Sure, they don't have to have the same energy as Athena and Mercedes, but if y'all had half the energy, then the matches would have been better. Now, I really love these two girls. They're so dominant, and no matter what they do. So at first, it was really weird to see Athena dominating Mercedes because nobody really dominates Mercedes. And it's just like, well, same thing could be said about Athena too, because nobody really dominates her as well. So it was really great to see both these girls who are so similar yet different in the ring at the same time. Absolutely a year later almost, to see the growth that both of these girls has made is absolutely amazing. Now, the shift of this match just changes when Athena goes out the ring and Mercedes' sister is holding up a sign in support of her sister, and Athena snatched that shit up and tears it into pieces, and Mercedes is like, you ain't about to do that to my little sister. And that's when things change and we have Mercedes dominating this match. Now, the best part of this match, I believe, is both of these girls are standing on the barricade. And Athena goes and gives Mercedes a suplex. Like, these girls have to have perfect balance in order to make this work, and they made it work. And I'm just like, wow. And let me stop this real quick. These girls, there's no excuse, okay? When other people come and talk shit about women's wrestling, oh, the girls can't do this, the girls can't do that, oh, only men can do this. No. Absolutely no. Athena and Mercedes can do whatever these dudes are coming in the ring to do. The only thing is that some women are not willing to put in the extra work and go that extra mile to give what we see from Athena and Mercedes in the ring. And unfortunately, not everyone's cut out to do that. So it is what it is. But if anybody's doubting women's wrestling, like, y'all not watching the right people in the ring. Anyway, back to the review. Now we have both of these girls laying down and referees counting to 20, and they make it in the ring by 19. Now, you guys know it's Ring of Honor. They have a 20 count instead of a 10 count. I don't make the rules. I'll just tell it like it is, you guys. Now, they both are in the ring, and we have Mercedes who hits her finisher, the OG drop. And I'm thinking, oh, this could be it. She might win it with this. But Athena kicks out. Now, Diamante's ringside, and she's not happy about this. And here comes Athena hitting her finisher, and she goes for the pin. But Diamante is all up in the referee ear, and the referee's not watching. And Athena would have been able to win the match and already be on her way home by now. She is so mad. She gets out of the ring, and she beats up Diamante for a little bit, and she gets back in the ring and continues her match with Mercedes. And I'm just like, oh, Athena, I just want to be just like you. I have to be like you. You're so badass. So the match continues, and it's really neck and neck. Because like I said, both these girls are so dominant that it just seems like they're so similar. Now, I'm just thinking, in terms of spoilers or whatever, if Athena would have lost, we would have known this. So I was pretty sure that she ended up retaining the title. But what ends up happening here is when the referee's not looking, someone runs in with a hoodie and the Ring of Honor Women's title and hits Mercedes with it. Athena obviously takes advantage, hits her finisher, and wins the match. And it turns out to be Billie Starkz. And everybody's surprised because Billie is super babyface, as baby as a babyface can be. And it's just like, oh, okay, I probably would have seen someone else doing this for her before Billie Starkz. So it seems like Billie has finally taken everything she's learned in Minion training and she's finally applied it. Now, we do have Athena who is excited and happy. She won't hug her or anything, but it looks like things are good between Billie and Athena again, since Billie was crying last week because Athena had ripped her new asshole for having her first loss in Ring of Honor, and now things seems good. The women are absolutely killing it, especially Athena. She's just proven time and time again why she's one of the best female wrestlers in the business today. And every time she comes out there, I am just falling a little bit more in love with her. She is so cool. And kudos to Mercedes too. She did a wonderful job in this match. I wonder what's going to happen from here with her. I'm kind of thinking that we're gearing towards Billie versus Athena at Final Battle. I think that's the only thing that would make sense at this point, but I'm not really sure if that's where they're going with it. But this was a really great episode. Like I said, it's gearing towards, the road to Final Battle, and everything is looking pretty good right now. This was a great episode, minus a few little things that could be tweaked or whatever. But if you didn't see it, go check it out. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with Rampage. Bye.